We're the hooligans, rebels with a cause, defying the chains of tyrannical laws. They try to silence us, shut down our voice, but we rise like warriors, we ain't got no choice. From the streets to the shadows, where hunted we flee, building our fortress where the brave run free. Hooligans alley, our stronghold, our flame, a spark in the dark where we stake our claim. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds in the face of death. We'll never seeds in the Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Captain JeffMAC with the hooligan brand, battle gear blazing, he's taking command. With a heart full of fire and a will made of steel, he leads us to battle, makes the tyrants kneel. They block every platform, they censor our cries, but we shout even louder, let truth pierce the skies. In the alley we gather, our spirits won't break, for the soul of the free there's too much at stake. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds in the face of death. We'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Through the smoke and the fire we carve our way, with the hooligan banner we seize the day. They can chase us, erase us, but we'll never fall. Captain Jeff's got our backs, we'll answer the call. From the ashes we rise, with the ashes we declare. Every scar that we bear is a roar and a grin. Every style leading free till the fight we began. Our fortress, our freedom forever. Stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds in the face of death. We'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting out with this first video. Kraft Heinz concedes defeat and announces major change. We're going to be starting off with something easy here. They're going to be splitting up. They're not going to be Kraft Heinz anymore. Then we got a video titled, Judge Says Trump's Use of U.S. Military in Los Angeles Violated Federal Law. They're still crying about that. I highly doubt anything's going to come of it, but, you know, they're going to keep trying. Then we got a video titled, Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani released from hospital following crash on I-93. This is obviously a follow-up video here on Rudy Giuliani. Although they don't talk a whole lot about him leaving the hospital, they just kind of talk about other details about the crash. Then we got a video titled, Congress Faces Pressure to Release Full Epstein Files as New Session Begins. They're going to be worrying about a plethora of topics. Then we'll be getting into our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, That's What You Get. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled, Which Jobs Are Covered by Trump's No Tax on Tips Policy. We got some more information on the no tax on tips. Then we got a video titled 18-year-old fatally shoots 2 alleged robbers who killed the 4th person. Sheriff's office says it's some gang crime, but they were also being robbed. Then we got an interesting video. It's titled Deadly Door Knock Prank Shooting of an 11-year-old Boy. So they were ding-dong ditching, and this guy ran outside and shot this kid in the back. Then we got, for the last little bit of the news, Lefty's Losing It. This one's titled, Reality TV Star Takes on Gavin Newscomb and Karen Bass. Then Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Almost Got It. Then our official funny video of the day was provided by me, and it's titled When Me and Klaus Go Out. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, guys? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, Jay Spray? And what's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Beck Frank, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing in the chat, Beck Frank. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom. What's up, Glamour? What's up, Elder Zoomer? What's up, H Big? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Let me see. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. What is your name? AIP, happy freedom to you. What's up, Bright Gaming? Appreciate you being here with us. Let me see. What's up, Hooligans Island? What's up, Sausage King? Happy freedom. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy freedom to you. You hooligans, make sure you hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. Glamour, why do I always say your name different? Because I do. If you don't like it, then that's just too bad. What is up, everyone, over on Kick? What's up, Scotty? Happy freedom to you. Not caught up from the vacation, so half lurk mode. No worries, Scotty. Appreciate you being here. And what is up, everyone, over on Twitch? Let me see. Happy freedom, you hooligans. We'll see if anybody actually comes and watches on Twitch. It was dead earlier. And what is up, everyone, over on the Goof Tube? Toy Mafia, you were first today. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Capo? Happy freedom. What's up, Urban? Happy freedom to you. Salty Ragu, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what's up, Brad? Happy freedom to you. You hooligans are welcome to hit that like button as well. And what is up, everyone, over on X? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with something simple. This is Kraft Heinz concedes defeat and announces major change. Let's get this pulled up real quick. Now, I don't even eat ketchup, so this ain't a big deal to me, but we'll see. Maybe they're doing sneaky stuff. A little rebranding goes a long way. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. And this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I have on the I am an American and I do not comply t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over at the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video after I click on everything wrong. Oh my God. What did I just do? Boom, there we go. Okay, let's try and do the thing here.
A big breakup in the food aisle. Kraft Heinz is splitting in two, undoing much of the $46 billion mega merger that shook the industry a decade ago. The food giant says it will split into 2 separate companies. One will focus on faster growing businesses like sauces, spreads, and shelf-stable meals. Think Heinz ketchup, Kraft mac and cheese, and Philadelphia cream cheese. The other will focus on slower growth grocery items and food away from home businesses like Oscar Mayer hot dogs, Kraft singles, and Lunchables. Kraft Heinz says the split will let each company get the attention and resources they need to grow. The deal is expected to close in the second half of 2026. The new companies don't have names yet, but Wall Street will be watching how investors digest this latest shakeup in the packaged food business. That'll do it for your daily briefing from the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Caroline Woods with The Street.
All right, like I said, starting off with something simple here. They're saying that they're splitting the 2 companies into 2 separate companies. One will focus on faster growing businesses like sauces, spreads, and shelf stable meals, and the other business will focus on slower growth grocery items and food away from home businesses. None of that sounds good for you. It is expected to happen in the second half of 2026, so I assume we'll have a follow-up on this. Next up, we got a judge says Trump's use of U.S. military in Los Angeles has violated federal law And they keep trying to bring this up. I don't know how many judges got to say it's okay before, people will let it go. Either way, we're going to just get right into this, and we'll hop in the chat afterwards. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Donald Trump is not going to be able to have a federal police force where he's the chief of it, at least in California. That's because we just got a ruling from a federal judge in Northern California saying what Trump did with the military over this summer, especially in Los Angeles and Southern California, that's illegal. The reason it's illegal was because Trump was sending troops in to Los Angeles following unrest around immigration raids, and he was using those troops essentially to be police forces, doing domestic law enforcement. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, he had sued, and he's winning at this trial level court. Going forward, it means that troops aren't going to be able to just go to cities in California like Oakland or San Francisco. It could have some pretty significant impact in other cases too if Trump tries to send the military to other cities, say like Chicago. But this is a case that's pretty significant. You can't just have military doing domestic law enforcement in cities in the U.S., although like all of these cases, there are very likely going to be more appeals.
Crying about President Trump. It's been a while now since National Guard's been in California, but they still gotta cry about it to the very end. Next up, we got former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani released from hospital following crash on I-93. This is obviously a follow-up video, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about them crying about President Trump having the National Guard in Los Angeles, as well as Kraft Heinz splitting up. They're getting a divorce. Russell, Velveeta shells is much better than Kraft. I don't know. I don't really like mac and cheese that much. Every once in a while I'll eat it. Otherwise it's kind of whatever. It's all processed crap. Let's see, Russell, but the judge has allowed the existing troops to stay. Yeah, President Trump mentioned it earlier when we were covering him live. Let me see. Sausage King, National Guard is still coming though. Let them cry. That's right. Yeah, they need to clean up Chicago, and they're not going to. They're too busy denying the crime there. So I think we're going to end up seeing National Guard in Chicago. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Briggle, she could stand missing a meal or two. I was thinking she's kind of buff. So Stoner, happy freedom. They better not mess with my Heinz ketchup. I assume they're going to leave some of their stuff the same. If they make a whole bunch of changes, they're going to lose their customer base. What's up, Commie Crusher? Happy freedom. What's up, Faded? Happy freedom to you. Can keep your processed shit. Yeah, I don't really like processed food either. I'm trying to get away from it. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. Oh, got a birthday coming up. That's cool. Good stuff. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Glamour, you like that mac and cheese? What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom. Thank you for joining us. Hooligan Island, naked screaming Karen driver in California. I mean, that just sounds like a regular day in California. What's up, Cricket and Wally? Happy freedom to you. Sausage King, Trump said they're going to Chicago. Now when though? Yeah. Yes, he did. Russell, mac and cheese is a veggie though. Is it? Is it a vegetable? Because I was unaware. Scotty, well, I can understand where I work. We're splitting into 4 as well. One makes the most money and wants more control over what occurs. I'm fortunate to be the money one. Some of it's been a mess though. Yeah, I could totally see that being problematic and frustrating. What's up, Crispy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike Ingle? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Teasel crying about cleaning up America. Commie biatches. Yes, they are. All right, hooligans. We're going to move forward here. Snugs. Kevin, is it Pepper's birthday today? We'll see after this next video. Like I said, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani has been released from the hospital following the car crash on I-93. Obviously, this is a follow-up. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or over on jeffmaclive.com. Just go to either chat look for the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. Follow-up video here on Rudy Giuliani. Come on, come on. Thought this guy was wearing pink at first. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Good evening. The mayor is recovering here in New Hampshire tonight. State police say that he and his driver were on 93 South when they were flagged down by that domestic violence victim. And then a few minutes later, when they got back on the highway to head north, they were in a car accident of their own. Hours before the crash, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani was taking in the Fisher Cats game in Manchester, even filming it on his cell phone.
He was doing the right thing at the right moment.
But just after 9 p.m., investigators say Giuliani and his driver were traveling southbound on 93 when they were flagged down by a woman reporting she'd been involved in a domestic violence incident.
I can't really believe he did it, but no, it's the right thing to do, and I'm glad he did it.
It's wonderful to see a public servant actually going above and beyond.
Giuliani's driver called law enforcement, and the two men stayed until troopers arrived, then left the scene. Minutes later, heading northbound on 93, their SUV was rear-ended. State police say the driver who struck Giuliani's vehicle had no connection to the domestic violence case, and at this point, no charges have been filed. The incident comes as President Trump announced today Giuliani will receive the nation's highest civilian honor, the Medal of Freedom. In a statement to News 9, Giuliani's spokesperson says, in part, "There is no American more deserving of this honor. Thank you, President Trump, for honoring his life and legacy."
You deserve everything in the world, and what you did was heroic.
Now, the president is not saying specifically why Giuliani is getting that honor. Meanwhile, state police tell us that amid their investigation, they're looking at dash cam and body cam video. Reporting live in Manchester tonight, I'm Mike Moses, WMUR News 9.
Okay, so like I said, follow up on Rudy Giuliani there. They don't talk a whole lot about like what kind of condition he's in. Yesterday when we were covering the original video, they were saying he was in good spirits. I assume he's okay to some degree if they're letting him go, even though he has a fractured vertebrae. They're saying that Rudy Giuliani has been released from the hospital. There's no charges against the guy that hit him. Apparently he's going to receive the Medal of Freedom. And they mentioned that the police are reviewing dash cam and body cam footage. I assume this is going to be the last we're going to hear about this story here. Next up, we got Congress faces pressure to release full Epstein files as new session begins. They're going to be talking about a plethora of things besides the Epstein files that I'm sure will be a huge disappointment. But before we get into this, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this follow-up on Rudy Giuliani. What's up, Livid Review? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, Pepper's turned 11 years old today. She's getting up there. Well, happy birthday to Pepper. Big shout out to Pepper. Hope today kicks ass for her. Yes, good stuff. Love birthdays. Break-a-leg research Heinz ketchup. He's got World War II ties. Scotty, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Southern Eagleman, thank you so much for the bits over on Twitch. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman. And happy freedom to you. What's up, Bob Marley? What's up, Sean? Happy freedom. What's up, Legal? Happy freedom to you. Bob Marley, sounds like you almost got Princess Diana'd. Yeah, they were saying that it's unrelated, that the car accident is unrelated to the domestic violence issue that they had originally stopped for. In yesterday's video, they were saying that it was not a targeted attack, but we were saying, like, if it was a targeted attack, would they even tell us about it? Would they admit it? Sean heard the other car was a 19-year-old female driver. Interesting. I thought they just referred to it as a male driver in this video. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't sound like they're going to press charges. They should. They should. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, Congress faces pressure to release full Epstein files as new session begins. Now, generally, I don't care a whole lot about what Congress does because they don't seem to do anything. They just sit around and complain about President Trump. But they got a plethora of topics that's going to be brought up here in the short future. So we might as well get a head start on what they're going to be talking about. Once again, this is Congress faces pressure to release full Epstein files as new session begins. But like I said, they're going to be talking about a plethora of topics. Go ahead and hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get into this.
Congress is back in session today with a busy week and month ahead. Lawmakers still feeling the pressure to release the full Jeffrey Epstein files. The House Oversight Committee is set to meet with some of his victims today. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington.
With August recess now over for Congress, lawmakers return to Washington to deal with a deeply dividing issue still unresolved, the Jeffrey Epstein files. The House Oversight Committee meeting today behind closed doors with several of Epstein's victims. The committee has already been analyzing the Epstein files they subpoenaed from the Department of Justice. Congress also racing to fund the government by the end of the month to avoid a federal shutdown. Meanwhile, lawmakers facing calls from several former directors and acting directors of the CDC to step in amid the turmoil at the agency, the firing of the CDC director and top officials resigning in protest. In an op-ed in the New York Times, the former directors write in part, Congress must exercise its oversight authority over HHS. They accused Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of endangering the health of every American. It comes as longtime Democratic Congressman Jerry Nadler announces he will not run for re-election next year. The representative from New York City says his party needs a generational change. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Nadler is 78 years old. He's been in Congress more than 30 years now. In an interview, he suggested other Democratic colleagues should consider retiring, though he did not name any names.
All right. Like I said, they got a plethora of topics there. Talking about the House Oversight Committee is supposed to be meeting with some of Epstein's victims today. Apparently, the committee is already reviewing the files that have been subpoenaed by the DOJ. So this is kind of a follow-up because we had covered that the DOJ was supposed to be providing Epstein files to the House committee. They're also saying that Congress is worrying about avoiding a federal shutdown. They do this all the damn time. Now, at least we don't have KJP anymore, where she would come up here and threaten us and say, oh, you're going to lose your food stamps, oh, you're going to lose your benefits, oh, you're going to lose all your free money from the government, so don't pray for a federal shutdown and blah, blah, blah. Well, at least we don't have to deal with that anymore. They're saying that they're working on a deal, or they're working to deal with what's going on with the CDC and people resigning because they're all against the Trump administration. They also mentioned that Nadler is not seeking re-election, and apparently Nadler had said in an interview that his colleagues should also consider retiring, which I agree. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. This one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, That's What You Get. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about everything that Congress is worrying about. Here, Juicer. Oh no, the government might turn off. Whatever will we do? I know. We can be hopeful. We can be hopeful. Yes. Russell, sick of the Epstein shit by now? I'm just tired of them pretending like we're going to get some information when we're not. Faded Pelosi, yeah, they all those people need to step down. We need age limits. What's up, Son Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, I bet he's alive and hiding in a place like PEI. He could be. Tony Rez, according to Pam Bondi, there's nothing to release. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever they got, we're not going to get any real information about it. Major government workers will do anything not to work. I know the people on Capitol Hill will. They make so much money. What's up, Boom? Happy freedom to you. Congress will do anything to avoid balancing a budget and retiring the debt. Yeah. They just want to get paid, scam all of us. Comic Crusher, it was an assassination attempt. That's what I was kind of feeling like, but I don't think they'll tell us the truth about that. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom to you. Patriot Dad, I think Rudy is a patriot. Yeah, a lot of people like Rudy Giuliani. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, No Ad? Happy freedom. No Ad? Well, you be safe out there. Scotty, blah blah files. All I see is, what are you distracting me from? Yep. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom. What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom to you. JeffMAC for Congress 2026. We could do it. I don't know if they'd let a hooligan be in Congress, though. Nothing to it but to do it. Sean, we don't need no more conspiracy theories. Nah, there's plenty. There's plenty. Livid Review, I'm alive and as well as could be expected. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Livid Review. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. But first, I want to... Well, first we got to do the ad. We got to do the ad. We are in our second month in a row for the Premium Creator Program. So we got to read some ads. Let me see if they'll let me do it really quick. Come on, do the thing. Ah, they will. Let's go ahead and read an ad, and then we're getting into a funny video. Are we doing the thing? Is it going to work? Not going to work? Oh, yeah, there we go. QR code. There's your sign. If you haven't already, make sure you download the Rumble app. It's free and simple to use and the best way to stay connected to the content you want. Once you got it, search for my channel and hit follow. That way, you'll get a notification every time we go live. No missed shows, no extra steps. You can grab it right now using the link in the description or pinned in the live chat. Download it to your phone and you're ready to go. And if you prefer watching on the big screen, Rumble is also available on all major streaming devices and smart TVs. Just search for Rumble, follow the channel, and be a part of the action. Alright, we did the thing. It's funny video time. Goodness. And this one is Stoner's fault. That's how we'll leave it. This is Stoner's fault right here. You guys are going to like this. Let's do this. There we go. Like I said, this is because of Stoner. This is titled, That's What You Get.
Well, at least I don't have to go to the hospital now, so that's good.
Holy. Could you imagine if Klaus Daniels got a hold of that? I never had to pull a kazoo out of his butt. I hope I never have to. Either way, moving forward here. Next up in the news, we got which jobs are covered by Trump's no tax on tips policy. No tax on tits. Come on. And, you know, it kind of is no tax on tits because I'm pretty sure strippers are covered. So if you guys are out there stripping on the stripper poles, you might be exempt up to $25K. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Labor Day saw more than 1,000 pro-worker rallies pop up across the country as organizers rallied against what they say are anti-worker policies being pushed by the Trump administration. But now we're learning new details about one of the president's key campaign promises, and that is the end of taxes on tips for many workers. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza has all those details. And Marcus, a lot of people at home are saying, okay, does this pertain to me? Which jobs qualify for this?
Hey, Marky, good morning. Quite a few, in fact, several dozen here could be affected, hopefully in a positive way, to try to be able to help themselves budget everything expensive right now. So with Labor Day weekend now over, folks, back to work. This is certainly prescient, as this has been released now by the Treasury Department here as they put together a list. Axios got to look at it. There's 68 jobs that could qualify for a new tax deduction in this no tax on tips promise that the president pledged during his campaign. So we're taking a look at a few industries of note here, including beverage and food service, entertainment and events, home services, transportation and delivery. Some specific jobs on that list: food preparers, dishwashers, of course, wait staff, also dancers, musicians, gambling personnel. So think of your blackjack dealer at the casino, etc. Ushers and lobby attendants also, plus various hotel staff like bellhops and maids, plumbers, as well as electricians also included. But we're not done yet. Nannies and babysitters, hairdressers, personal care and service workers, tour guides as well, and then also people in transportation and delivery. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was out promoting this in Arlington, Virginia, at a diner there. He ordered the famous 3-egg omelets, and then also talked to folks about this particular plan here that, of course, could affect a lot of those workers at a diner that he was at, and the one behind me here as well. And just for a fun note, he tipped $7 on a $33 meal. Mark.
It does make me want some breakfast this morning. Marcus, what do economists think? I mean, do they think this deduction is really going to help people?
Yeah, I think there's some hope and positivity that it will. I think there's concern that this is just political posturing by the president to try to kind of win over goodwill. But some economists think, of course, this could be beneficial to folks depending on how it ends up. So, again, some think it's just a political play, but others think this could work. The tip tax deduction is only going to be valid through 2028. And there are those like economist Mitch Rochelle who like the plan. He told us it'll have a positive impact on the intended workers with a deduction of up to $25,000 in reported tips. And it's a growing group of wage earners in the U.S. The official list of 68 jobs is going to be published on the Federal Register. We just don't know when that is going to happen, Marky. So if you could deduct up to $25,000 on tips per year, that's a significant amount. And as you know, everywhere we go, that little screen turns around to ask you for a tip. And certainly that tip culture is spreading. But a lot of folks rely on that to pay the rent, to pay their bills. So this could go a long way for them.
Yeah, it could be a real game changer for a lot of families out there. Marcus Espinosa, thanks so much for getting us up to speed on that.
Thank you.
Okay. Got an update on the no tax on tits. They're saying 68 jobs that qualify for the tax deduction: beverage and food services, personal services, entertainment and events, personal appearance and wellness, hospitality and guest services, recreation and instruction, home services, and transportation and delivery. Then they mention food prep workers, dishwashers, waitstaff, chefs, cooks, and bakers, fast food workers, dancers, musicians, gambling personnel, ushers and lobby attendants, dressing room attendants, concierges, bellhops, maids, plumbers, electricians, nannies, babysitters, hairdressers, tour guides, drivers, delivery people. And then at the end, they mentioned the $25,000 limit for the deductions. I also saw people in the comments that were kind of making more obvious that these are tax deductions, not tax exemptions. So you still have to claim it as income, but up to $25,000 of it, you're not going to get taxed on it. Now, when I asked my tax guy about this last year, or earlier this year, I guess it was, he was saying that this wouldn't benefit me because of the way that I do things, that I'm better off claiming it than not claiming it. But everybody's different based on how they make money. So, of course, you got to talk to your tax guy to see if this is worth it. But I know there's a lot of people that are all excited about it. I wonder when we'll hear an update about the no tax on overtime. Maybe that's next. Either way, next up we got 18-year-old fatally shot. 2 alleged robbers who killed 4th person, the sheriff office says. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about no tax on tips. Live review, servers don't always clean their own tables. Yeah, live streamers supposedly are going to be covered. I don't know how that would work with memberships, though. I could understand, like, donations and stuff, but if it's a membership, then I don't understand how that would be considered a tip, but I'm not really worried about it. I'll just give all my tax guy my stuff, and we'll figure it out. Russell, tip sharing, yeah. There's a lot of that here. There's restaurants where all the tips go into a pool, and then at the end of the night, everybody who was there for the shift gets some of the tips. There's a lot of places here that do that. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says, gunfight within a block of my home. 10 shots fired, 2 guns. Been in this neighborhood 46 years. Woke me up at 1:30 a.m. Send troops here also. Hella noise. Yeah, Patriot Dad, I understand that. Thank you so much for the support. Boom. Super chats are like tips, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. What's up, Aco? Happy Freedom. Sergeant Tripod, when does my paycheck get bigger and prices go down more? I don't know if that's going to happen. I wish it would. Major, all I know is everything is expensive as fuck. Yes, it is. You are not wrong. Everything is expensive. My rent just went up $125 or something like that for no reason. Just because. Faded, damn. Makes me want to throw my ass in a circle. That's how I feel too, Faded. You think I want to serve a purpose? No. I wish I could get donations. Writing your name on my tits. But God didn't bless me that way. It's alright. Beck Frank, strippers are uncovered. If you say so, Beck Frank, I'm going to leave it to the professionals. You just let me know. What's up, Goth? Happy Freedom. Goth, you just followed us? I thought you'd been following us. What happened? What happened? What's up, Stern? Happy Freedom to you. Stern, there never should have been tax on tips. They already get taxed once by the tipper. Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of people who don't even claim their cash tips and stuff. What's up, Maria? Happy Freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, MW? Happy Freedom. Corey Luca, 12 years ago, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Songify the news, flying robots. I don't know what you're talking about, Corey Luca, but I appreciate you being here. Maria, if you're getting cash tips, most people don't claim them anyways. Yeah. MW, I give cash tips so they get it now and not paying fees for them. Yep. That is the way. What's up, Over It? Happy Freedom to you. They would review every dollar has already been taxed long before it made it to anybody's check or tip. It's true. Too many taxes. Major, what happened was... It's been a long time since I heard anybody say that. Kevin, what about the JeffMAC tramp stamp? I mean, we haven't seen that yet. We've seen a couple hooligan badges tattooed. We've seen the hooligan label tattooed. Haven't seen any Happy Freedom tattoos yet. Still waiting on the JeffMAC tramp stamp. We'll see. We'll see who'll be the first to break it out. I'm going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, 18-year-old fatally shoots 2 alleged robbers who killed 4th person, the sheriff's office says. This is kind of a mess of a story, but I wrote down all the details to make things a little bit more clear. As soon as YouTube wants to participate, go ahead and hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
We are learning more tonight about the 4 young men involved in a shooting on Sunday morning in Carmichael that killed 3 men in their 20s. Fox 40's Riley Carroll joining us now live in studio with what we're learning. Riley.
Hey, Nikki. So we learned today that 18-year-old Jalen Davis was arrested in connection to this shooting, but not for any murder-related charges. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says that all 4 people, the 3 who died and the 1 who was arrested, were gang-affiliated and knew one another. On Sunday at 7 a.m., the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office did a welfare check at the Lance Apartments in Carmichael. There, they found 3 men dead and immediately tried getting surveillance video from Mercy Housing, who owns the Lance Apartments.
But they would not give us any video. There's no privacy laws there. There's not a medical facility. They can very easily voluntarily just hand over the video so we can start that investigation. They refused.
So the sheriff's office says they got a search warrant and after several hours were able to watch the video, talk to some witnesses, and piece together what happened.
It looked like a robbery that had gone wrong where one of the victims shot one of the robbers shot him, but then our fourth person actually shot both of the robbers dead after his assuming associate or friend had died from that botched robbery.
The one surviving person, Jalen Davis, was arrested.
All 4 of the people that were involved, including the 3 deceased and the 4th person that was involved in the shooting, are all felons. They're all legally prohibited from owning any type of firearms, but lo and behold, of course, they all have guns. 4th suspect, who obviously did survive the shooting, was ultimately taken into custody because he is on probation, was on ankle monitor, like I mentioned before, not legally allowed to have that firearm in the first place. So he was taken into custody for those charges, but like I mentioned, the circumstances in this did not quite meet the elements to charge murder.
The sheriff's office says as of right now, Davis likely won't face a very serious punishment.
Pretty low-level charges. There are weapons possession charges, a probation violation. So it would almost be the same as if he were pulled over in a car with a concealed weapon. And in California, where there should be a pretty big hammer, where someone like that is a repeat offender, obviously has demonstrated a propensity for violence, and carrying these types of weapons should carry some heavy weight, but in all likelihood will not.
Now, the sheriff's office says those charges could be upgraded if further review of the case shows new evidence for murder or justifiable homicide charges. But for now, it is just that weapons violation. We have also reached out to Mercy Housing for comment, but haven't heard back yet. Eric, back to you.
Okay. So like I said, it's kind of a mess of a story there. They're saying that this is gang crime, and they think it's a robbery gone wrong. There's 3 dead and 1 arrested. The police got a search warrant and spoke with witnesses. They think that 2 people were robbing the residence, and one of the people that lived there shot one of the robbers, and then one of the robbers shot him back and killed him. Then another person from the residence shot both robbers, killing both of them. All 4 people are felons and should not have firearms. The person arrested is on probation and has an ankle monitor. They think that he won't be charged for the shooting of the robbers, but he will be charged for weapons violation because he's not supposed to have guns because he's a felon. So I don't know. And they were kind of talking about it like they didn't like that. Like they thought that he should get in more trouble. But I don't know. If somebody's coming to rob you and you smoke them, I kind of think you shouldn't be in trouble for that. What are you supposed to do? You supposed to just get robbed because you're a felon? That doesn't make any fucking sense. You're still an American. You're still a person. So I don't know. Sorry the police are disappointed by that, I guess. But everything sounds right to me. They're going to charge him for the weapons violation. He shouldn't have guns. He knows that. But he's still alive. You know, he survived the robbery. So I don't know why the police are all bent out of shape. Either way, next up we got deadly door knock prank shooting of 11-year-old boy. They were ding-dong ditching, and somebody came out and shot this 11-year-old in the back. So no good. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these 4 individuals having a shootout. Hair juicer, only tip in cash. What you tell the government is none of my business. Yeah, hair juicer, it's a true story. I got a P.O. box. You guys want tip in cash? Just saying. Just saying. Picture Dad, I was hired as a stripper once, but need to shave and work out. I mean, you know, there you go. There you go, Picture Dad. I'd be stripping if the money was good. I don't know. I'm broke. I'm so broke. I need all the doll hairs. If I could strip on the weekends, I would. Goth, my homeowner insurance is doubled because my roof is too old, so I can't afford a new roof because the premium is $444 a month. About to go something insurance, I guess. Yeah, Goth, what a pain in the ass. Life is difficult for no reason. All these greedy people and their doll hairs. Oh, I appreciate you, Goth. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom. Goth, you might want to keep an eye on your follows and see if you drop a bunch. I don't know how I had unfollowed you, maybe an accident or something weird, but I've been following you since 2020. Well, hopefully Rumble's not doing what YouTube does. YouTube takes 125 subscribers or 128 subscribers from me every month, and they have for years now. It's been like 2 or 3 years, and they're constantly taking 128 subscribers. And I've asked them a million times about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're getting rid of bots and we're getting rid of spam accounts and stuff." And I'm like, "So you're getting rid of 128 every 28 days?" And they're like, "Yeah." No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. If it's random, then why would it be the same exact number every month for years? And they're like, "I don't know, just is," because that's the way YouTube is. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all AI and bots and shit. It's ran by nonsense. Hopefully Rumble doesn't start doing that. Major fuck YouTube. That's right, fuck YouTube. I hope they don't start doing that stuff over on Rumble. What's up, Richard? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. Afro Man, that's your local sheriff? He seems a little disappointed. What's up, Drina? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rodney? Happy freedom. Dear Rodney. That's the first thing I was thinking of. Smoke him if you got him. That's right, Rodney. What's up, Wayne? Happy freedom. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. Corey Luca, I'll check it out. Wayne, sounds like a case of gangbang, or of gang members robbing other gang members. Yeah. So it sounds like to me too. I wonder if the police found anything in the house, but they probably didn't have a search warrant for it. Teasel, shared tips I thought is illegal. Look into it. You mean for businesses to split tips? It's probably based off policy. As long as the policy says it, they're probably good. It's the way business policy works is very strange. So in certain cases, they treat it like it's law, but I don't know. The review, I would not trust USPS with cash. I'm sure they look through things. Yeah, you got to be clever. You got to be clever. Hair juicer, I'll tip in corn. I don't know how to respond to that without it sounding real gay, but I appreciate it, hair juicer. I'll take the corn. Just let me take my pants off first. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, deadly door knock prank shooting of an 11-year-old boy. It's an awful story, but, you know, shouldn't be screwing around. I guess. I don't know what else to say. Either way. Actually, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Carrie, yeah. Larry is really in need of a kidney transplant. And when he told me that, he put together a page. And I'm muted. I'm having a time. Hit that like button if you haven't. And let's get into this.
This morning, police are investigating the tragic death of an 11-year-old boy who was shot during a prank gone wrong.
Shooting just occurred for a little boy that was shot.
The boy was ding-dong ditching with friends in a Houston neighborhood Saturday night when around 11:30 p.m. they rang the doorbell of this house and ran off. Then police say a witness saw a man run out of the house with a handgun, firing 2 to 3 gunshots, hitting one of the boys in the back.
I think they were able to run for about a block before he lost consciousness and dropped in the street.
The boy was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead the following day.
It's an innocent life taken that he could have avoided.
Come out with your hands up.
Houston Police's major assaults unit then raiding the house, detaining a middle-aged man for questioning When they searched the house, police say they found a, quote, significant number of firearms inside. The individual has not yet been formally charged.
In my opinion, that doesn't look like any type of self-defense. It wasn't close to the house, so it'll more than likely be a murder charge.
This incident is similar to a viral door-kicking challenge trend growing on social media. Several police departments issuing warnings that the trend is not only criminal and a nuisance, but it can be dangerous. Police in Chandler, Arizona, releasing this video of a group of juveniles kicking the front door of this home, saying the group targeted that same home at least 18 times, prompting the residents to move out. Police departments around the country are warning that this kind of prank can be mistaken as an attempted break-in. And since there are more guns than people in the United States, what police call defensive responses from homeowners can result in very real danger. Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay. Sad story, but, you know, that's what happens, I guess. Either way, they're saying that these kids were out here ding-dong ditching, and they rang the doorbell of this guy's house around 11:30 p.m. A man ran out of the house with a handgun firing shots. He hit the boy in the back. The boy was taken to the hospital, was pronounced dead the next day. Houston Police Major Assaults Unit raided the house. They detained a middle-aged man that they had found with a significant amount of firearms, which doesn't matter because you can have as many guns as you want to as long as you legally own them. The individual has not been charged yet, but they mentioned that he probably will be charged with murder because this is not a self-defense situation. They mentioned that the door kicking challenge, which I've been telling you guys about, has been going on TikTok for like 2 years, but now it's starting to break outside of TikTok and people are just now learning about it. They also mentioned that this is a bad idea because it could cause, or it could be mistaken as an attempted break-in, which would result in more unnecessary deaths. So we'll see. You know, I don't know. Ding dong ditching's been on for a long time, so I'm kind of surprised that we don't hear more shootings about this. But either way, I highly doubt we'll have a follow-up on this. I assume that guy's going to be charged with murder. I don't think there's a way out of it. The door kicking thing, that, I don't know, that's questionable. Somebody kicks your door in, you have reason to believe someone's breaking into your home. Now, if you live in Michigan and someone kicks your door in, you're supposed to sit on your ass and call 911. If you shoot that fucker, you're going to prison forever because Michigan doesn't believe in defending yourself. That doesn't mean, you know, things aren't going to happen. You kick my door in, you'll figure out if I'm going to follow the law or not. But in other states, you have protect your castle doctrine and stuff. So if people kick your door in or, you know, anything to that degree, then you can shoot and probably be okay. Knocking on the door, though, I don't really think that there's a situation where knocking on the door equals you shooting them and getting off the hook. I just don't see that happening. So I assume this guy's going to get in trouble. Hopefully we don't have to cover any more stories about 11-year-olds being shot over stupid pranks. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news. It is Lefties Losing It, and this one's titled Reality TV Star Takes on Gavin Newscomb and Karen Bass. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Ding Dong Ditch going wrong. What's up, Klaus Daniels? Well, get your butt up here. I know you're late. Get up here, or I won't feed you. He's like, that's not true. Come on now. All right, I'll remember that. I'll remember. Russell, FAFO. Yeah, that's what happened. Russell's tragic story, not self-defense in my opinion. Yeah. No, I don't think it's self-defense either. Lived review, it's rough. Must have been wasted or paranoid. That's what I think too. Otherwise, I don't really understand why he'd run out and start shooting at people over them knocking on the door. You got to be afraid to be the UPS guy around that, you know, that neighborhood there. What's up, Fresca Bean? Happy freedom. What's up, Minnesota? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I'm glad you came to hang out with us, Goth. No ad, maybe he felt disrespected. I mean, it could be, but now he's going to be disrespected on a daily basis in prison. They're going to be disrespecting his asshole. What do you want? Huh? You want free fancy fees with no work? You're supposed to clock in, not complain. Don't say yes. You need to get up here. Come on now. Stop being a bow kitty. There you are. It's time to clock in, you lazy ass. You lazy. That's why I didn't buy you any fancy fees. You just don't know it yet. Yeah, you just don't know it yet. You're down to 2 cans, and then you'll be canless. Yes. Yes, you just don't know it yet. That's too bad. Sad story. Anyways. Elder Zoomer, you got to be a special kind of fucked in the head to shoot a kid in the back. Yeah, I'm sure an 11-year-old didn't look like an adult fleeing from the house, so I don't know. Beck Frank, it was your fault, Beck Frank. Hooligans Island, don't take your pants off until you at least take me out to take you out for a drink first. We could do both. These people around here, they're used to me going drinking with pantsless. No, I don't never leave the house. Outside, what is that? Stern, in Alaska, we have a fleeing felon law, but that is only if you hit them in the back. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look into that. Fleeing felon law. Interesting. Never heard of that before. The term fleeing felon refers to a person who is evading arrest and custody for felony offense. The legal definition requires an individual is aware of or should reasonably expect that a felony warrant has been issued for them and that they have taken action to avoid arrest, such as leaving a jurisdiction after a court appearance or attempting to conceal their location. Law enforcement agency must also be actively seeking the individual, meaning that they intend to enforce the warrant or arrest them for a probation or parole violation within 30 days of the request for information. It allows law enforcement officers to use deadly force to apprehend a suspect fleeing after committing a felony, even if the suspect did not pose an immediate threat to the officer or others. Interesting. I've never heard of that. I've always heard that officers cannot shoot a fleeing criminal unless they're federal agents. That's why on cops, when the bad guy runs from the car or whatever, they don't just shoot him because they're not supposed to shoot him. They have to catch him on foot. I've never heard of the felon fleeing law. That is interesting. What's up, Simply Witchy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zero? Happy birthday to you, Zero. I hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for stopping by on your birthday. Hope your birthday is fantastic. MU, we could have hard frost by Saturday. Summer is fleeing. Yeah, it's been getting down in the 40s here. Patriot Dad, you need vitamin D. Touch grass. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I have to just sit here in the house. I am poor right now. Elder Zoomer, I think cops can shoot a fleeing suspect if the suspect is a clear and present danger to the public. Yeah, I could see that. If the suspect has a weapon, that's different. But I think if an officer's trying to arrest you and you run away, they can't just shoot you in the back. Scotty, do not open your outside door with a firearm in your hand, holster, or barricade behind it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't open the door unless they called first. Otherwise, I don't answer the door. I think somebody knocked on my door earlier. I wasn't expecting guests, so there was no guests. Hopefully, they were knocking on my door, because if anything, it'd be management leaving some fucking note on my door, because that's what they do here. They don't mail you important paperwork. They just tape it to the front of your door, because then you can't prove when you receive the paperwork because there's no mail trail. What's up, Mitchell? Happy freedom. What's up, Fresh? Happy freedom to you. More beavers than oysters. A little beaver goes a long way. The bearded beaver. What are you doing? I just sit here with my giant cat all day. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It. It's titled Reality TV Star Takes on Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. Karen ass. Come on, come on. All right. Rita's putting the moves on you. Look at that. That's the O face right there, giving you the googly eyes. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You do not hate the leftist media enough. You think you do, but you don't. And let me again demonstrate why. After the sickening Minnesota shooting where a trans-identified monster shot multiple children, killing 2 and injuring dozens more, the media were not only eager to downplay the killer's trans identity and what he expressed in his manifesto, the confession about why he committed this horrific act, but they were also very mindful of respecting this child-killing monster's preferred pronouns. Here is Jake Tapper.
Because there's been some confusion about what the shooter's name was.
Yes.
Robin Westman's mother applied to change her child's name in 2019. It was at one point Robert Paul Westman.
Correct.
But since she identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that identification, was underage, it's now Robin Westman.
No, Jake, it was not a she, never was, never will be. It was a child-killing man. Here is ABC again, referring to this killer as a she and obediently observing this murdering bastard's preferred pronouns.
The minor child, quote, identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that.
Indeed, the list of TV hosts and media outlets playing this game was lengthy. Here is Andrew McCabe on CNN again, taking a break from lying about Russian collusion to note that the killer's mother is grieving for her daughter.
For the mother to not even return to the state to answer law enforcement questions, to try to provide some assistance. I'm sure she's grieving for her daughter.
And here is PBS, the taxpayer-funded PBS, cutting off a Democrat politician, Amy Klobuchar, who used accurate pronouns to describe this mass shooter. The host then corrected the senator.
Of course, the hate, you're going to find that this perpetrator, that this horrific offender, that it was all-purpose hate, right? He hated a lot of different groups. It wasn't one ideology or another.
We're going to have to leave it there. That is Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you for thinking of us. Thank you.
And just a point of clarification, Senator Klobuchar referenced the shooter as he. Although police have identified a suspect, it's still unclear at this time what that person's gender is or how they identify.
And the media would have you believe that this killer who put together a manifesto expressing his hate for Christians, for Jews, for Donald Trump, indeed, he wanted to kill the president. And yet the media would have you believe that no one knows his motives. They're oblivious to the motives or to the fact that there's been a spate of trans-identified mass shooters. And shame on the politicised Minneapolis police for their cowardice and, of course, the Democrat Minneapolis mayor.
We don't have a motive at this time.
It's unclear what the motive was.
Again, there's just nothing specific in the evidence that's been recovered.
There's no information, nothing specific to identify a specific motive, but they'll be continuing to talk to people to see if there was a flag, if something may have popped up that they can look into.
There's no clear motive, and that's what we want to know. Was this a revenge shooting because there were prior affiliations to the school? Is this notoriety?
The shooter identified, we are told, as female, legally changed their name from Robert to Robin. There's no connection yet from that to the motive.
I don't believe that how the shooter identifies currently in this investigation right now is of significant importance.
The mayor also calling on people to, quote, stop villainizing the trans community after learning that the suspect, who was born male, identified as female.
Spoke about this so profoundly and powerfully.
I have heard about a whole lot of hate that's being directed at our trans community.
Anybody that is going to use this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community.
This is not the time to jump to conclusions about the shooter, right? What his ideological views might have been.
And well done to Tom Elliott for putting together that compilation. And there are some in the media upset that the killer's trans identity was mentioned at all.
Say demonic, and then it's transgender maniac shoots up Catholic school. They could very easily say time and time again, straight white maniac shoots up Catholic school.
There's a lot of misinformation circulating right now. This individual, as far as we know, did identify as transgender. However, as we look at the spectrum of mass casualty events in our nation's history, there have been a range of motivations and a range of profiles that have been associated with mass casualty events. You look at the shooting in Charleston at a historically black church in 2015. That was perpetrated by a white supremacist.
Yeah, let's go back to 2015, or perhaps we can focus on this mass shooting and a number of others like it in recent years.
The Denver shooter was trans, the Aberdeen shooter was trans, the Nashville shooter was trans, the Georgia shooter was trans, the Philadelphia shooter was trans, the Uvalde shooter was trans, the Colorado shooter was trans, and now the Minnesota shooter was trans. I think one of the things that you see being pointed out by the Walsh types is that even if there is no clear ideology, there is something in the water with the untouchable nature of the trans identity until just the past really year that you could even talk about it frankly, and what appears to be a kind of underlying mental instability that tends to disproportionately give rise to these school shootings.
Now, here is a dude identifying as a woman, a compassionate, loving lefty, expressing sadness for the kids that were murdered. But listen to the rest of what he says. This is absolutely putrid and callous, just gross.
I feel terrible for the kids. I feel so bad for not just the victims, but the people who witnessed it and will now have to live with that for the rest of their lives. I don't feel bad for their parents. This happened at a Catholic school. There should have been no children there at all. We know what the church does to kids, so I feel terrible for the kids. May the universe protect them from their Catholic parents.
What the hell? What a gross individual. Now, one man who has had enough of the media, political and activist classes' lies and gaslighting is Seb Gorka. Let's hear from the White House counterterrorism czar on CNN, correcting the host's dodgy data and conclusions.
Between 2016 and 2020, 96% were non-trans men. So I know you're focusing on this shooter being trans.
Well, no, because your facts obfuscate two things. You are using data based upon the predominant gun violence, which is gang-on-gang violence with zero ideological content. If you remove all of that, the gang violence on the streets of Chicago, LA, Detroit, then you come down to a much smaller data set. So it's like those who say, gun violence in America causes so many deaths, and then fail to note that the majority of the stats they are using refer to also suicides by gun, which of course is not what we are talking about here today. So let's concentrate on mass shootings at schools, specifically Christian or Catholic schools, then the data set is wholly different. So don't conflate different data sets just to make a political point. There was an ideological content to this attack. That's what terrorism is. It's not because somebody didn't get the drug deal they wanted. It is an ideological message, whether it was anti-Israel, as in this case, whether it targeted President Trump in its rhetoric, as we saw on one of the magazines written by the perpetrator on that YouTube video, or whether we saw the fact that it was anti-Christian and targeting children. That has nothing to do with gang violence. Let's not mix the two things up.
Welcome back. Now, we're finding out more and more about the latest trans shooter, Robert Westman. And in our reports, the father of the Minnesota gunman was the one affirming the shooter's gender dysphoria. The mother, Mary Jane, who has been attacked online for her part, was allegedly pressured by everyone around her to sign the court document approving the transition. The shooter himself admitted in his manifesto that his mother, a devout Christian, was not supportive of the transition and he resented her for it. A source told Andy No that the children always went behind Mary Grace's back to Jim for approval of doing things she didn't approve. Joining me now is comedian and host of Primetime.
All right, well, that is Lefties Losing It. A bunch of psychopaths. Holy. Crazy people. It's nice that they said the quiet part out loud, though. All these active trans shooters and whatnot. Shapeshifters. The shape-shifting shooters. Either way, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Almost Got It. And our official funny video of the day is provided by me, and it's titled When Me and Klaus Go Out. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about Lefties Losing It. Simply witchy, all kids do that. It's up to the parents to make sure that they're on the same page. Yeah. These parents of these shapeshifters generally push that stuff. It's not like that in every case. Some kids are getting indoctrinated at schools and places like that, but in a lot of situations, these kids become kids are just confused in general. It's a part of growing up. But when their parents don't wake them up to reality, that's how these incidents happen. Russell, if you're born with a wiener, you're a dude for life. That's right. That's how it goes. What's up, Yankee? Happy freedom. What's up, E-Rock? Happy freedom to you. Major shooter was a clown. Yep, shape-shifting clown. Major, what a freak that creature is. They all are. Bunch of weirdos. Elder Zoomer, using the preferred pronouns of a child killer is psycho shit. Yeah, you're not wrong. You gotta respect the kid killer. No, I just don't think so. I don't think it's necessary. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Goth. Scott, wow, Tim Pool grew a beard? I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen Tim Pool. For some reason, my ex hasn't been showing me half the people I follow. It's constantly trying to push new people onto me. I don't know why. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom. Stern, good for him calling out the truth. I agree. Richard, born with a stick? Don't be a dick. Man up. That's right. These soft lefties out here. What's up, Ron? Happy freedom. What's up, Jacob? Happy freedom to you. Jacob, when shapeshifters and non-shapeshifters stop involving or unloving folks, we will not focus on it because it won't exist. Well, I think a lot of that will come with opening the asylums. I think if we had a place to stick crazy people, people would not claim to be crazy as often as they do. They get special treatment from it. But if you got a padded room instead, it would really cut that out. Crispy, I don't believe it was Tim. No, I don't think it was. But a lot of people are saying that it was like maybe a guest on Tim Pool. Yeah, Scotty. Elder Zoomer, if chromosomes are Y, it'll always be a guy. Hate speech. Anyways, moving forward here, we're going to get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day coming up. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description. You can use PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. I know we're getting down to it. We got like 4 days left, I think. Yes, today is day 4. 3 left after this. Oh, we got a good one today. I never even thought about getting this guy. Very cool. All right. Today we got Lapras. Now, I want to show you his little booty because they made it extra little. Look how small his back is. Oh, Lapras here. It's a good one, though. It's a good one. Either way, thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Got to put him back in the plastic so he stays good forever. My house is full of toys in plastic. I'm like the 40-year-old virgin. I'm just not 40 yet. Anyways, getting into our funny videos here. This first one was provided by Stoner. Let's get this pulled up. All right, there we go. Like I said, this first one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Almost Got It.
That's your tail, Luce. That's your tail.
So close. Alright, getting into our official funny video of the day. Now, I am the hooligan that provided this one. Come on now, grab the damn video. And this is actual footage of me and Klaus Daniels. Like I said, this is titled When Me and Klaus Go Out. Klaus is bougie like that. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this Linktree link really quick. I'm going to drop in all the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Alright, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience it live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through, and we got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Snook's so adorable. Yeah, Klaus Daniels is, I guess. Zero, where's Tori Wayne? On vacation? I don't know. I haven't seen Tori Wayne in a while. I don't know where they're at. Goth, I have cats that chase their tail. I never really catch Klaus chasing his tail. Falling off the tower is about as extreme as he gets. Beck Frankie just handing out hugs? Must be an Australian thing. What's up, Craig Kiss? Happy freedom. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? Happy freedom to you. Oh, Jacob, I see what you're saying. I see what you mean. Lived review, saucy, not sassy. A little both. If you're feeling real sassy. Mm-hmm. All right, hooligans. Set time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing, so that means we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Let's see who's live right now. Oh, let's see. Have we raided Rotella yet? What day is it? Is it Wednesday? What day is it? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Who did we raid yesterday? Wilkie. I think we raided Wilkie yesterday. So that means we're raiding Rotella. Yes, we need to raid the Rotella. His thumbnail is something else. Do I click this? Okay. All right. I'm doing the thing. Here. All right, hooligans. Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's do the thing.
Could write them. Well,
it feels like Speaker Johnson is like running freaking cover. Oh, well, would you look at this? We got a JeffMAC raid, everybody. We'll be right back to Thomas Massey. Let's go welcome in some hooligans. Thank you, Mr. Mac. We got Polish Dog inside the chat. We got Watch Arise inside the chat. Welcome in, Zero. Nice to see you, Zero. JeffMAC says, how's the live going? We just started, Mr. Mac. It's feeling good. You're right, Obnoxious. The best is yet to come. Thanks for hitting that follow button, Scott. Feels like things are just starting to get going again, Mr. Mac. You know, it's great to have Congress back in. We watched Akeem Jeffries' press conference. Not too many people yelled at him inside the chat, so that was interesting. Eric Iman, I can't read freaking names. You guys are going to find out that I'm hilariously dyslexic. Greg, Ohio inside the chat. Where are you from, Greg? Stoner with the boner inside the chat. What's up, Stoner with the boner? Welcome in. My friends in the dome, if you would like to watch JeffMAC, and why wouldn't you? You can give JeffMAC a follow right here. Oh, look at that guy. Premium creator. Whoa, fancy. Fancy, Mr. Mac. I like it. Look at that guy. My friends, follow JeffMAC right here. Here's the guy. Go follow him. That's my favorite thing to do. I love going over to Mr. Mac, making a joke, and then watching Eric and Mr. Mac. I appreciate it, my man. All right, everybody, we're getting back into it. We got Thomas Massey on the steps of the Capitol. When we're done with this, we're going to be checking in on the info war drama. Owen Schroyer out, Alex Jones still in. We're going to hear from Alex Jones what he said today of that breakup. So stick around for some drama. Back to Thomas Massey on the Capitol Hill steps.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Good stuff. All right, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with the Hooligans. Oh, thanks for being here, Zero. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. It's a Polish. Happy freedom to you. Oh, I appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Woke Eponymous just followed us. Very nice. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go, but like I said, we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. I don't know. Klaus Daniels, you forgetting it? You forgetting something? Yeah, that's what I thought. He's like, what is it, Fancy Feast time? Either way, I appreciate all of you guys. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go find yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same. Today I'm going to have steak and fries. I don't know. I'm just feeling it, so I went and got it before the live. Either way, like I said, find your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.